Hello guys, this is Flag coming at ya from the sub-basement of HelixxVR headquarters, and today I'll be reviewing VR Furballs Demolition, also known as We Are Furballs. VR Furballs is a VR physics-based demolition puzzle game by the developer Gamily Studios, where you are tasked with defeating the evil furball baddies along with the destruction of their menacing constructs with the assistance of your fellow furball companions in order to help your furry friends escape their captivity, who in turn accompany you along this level-based adventure of mischief and mayhem. VR Furballs is a VR-only title that supports both the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift, with full track touch controller support allowing for seated, standing, and full room-scale gameplay. In VR Furballs, you start off in a colorful, lush, cartoon-like environment which happens to be highly polished and doubles as an intuitive user interface. There is an interactive tutorial which is non-invasive and explains only the things you need to know when you need to know them, rather than the all-too-usual everything-at-once model most titles tend to employ. This allows you to not only get comfortable with understanding the mechanics of what you are presently doing and the tools you have recently obtained, but does well to alleviate the chance of you forgetting key functions later on, allowing you to play through without feeling lost or having to go back to find out what you had forgotten. In the beginning, you start off with a slingshot and the basic blue furball as ammunition. Your objective is to either shoot the furball from the supplied slingshot or toss it at the enemy or enemy structures. You are given a select number of furball ammo to achieve the main goal of defeating all enemy types in the level, and this is the basis for the entirety of the game, but with much variation. The simplicity of the beginning levels can easily make one think this title was primarily aimed towards children 10 years or younger, but as you progress, you'll quickly realize you might not be quite as clever as you thought. As the levels advance, so does the complexity of the puzzles, ranging from carefree slingshotting friendly furballs easily destroying baddies and their structures, while later on you're faced with baddies who are hidden behind barriers and obstacles varying between the destructible and not. Creatively plotting your shots through a collage of fans, teleporters, magnets, and TNT, all the while being incredibly limited in the amount of available furball friends you can use as ammunition to achieve victory. After completing levels, you are rewarded with new furball types, which include an explosive type, a seeking type, along with an assortment of material-based furball types who do most of their destruction against the material or color type they are associated with. Using the wrong type of furball on a particular material will result in little more than a waste of that particular furball, and in later levels this may forfeit any chance of success. Other rewards include 6 different weapons to assist you in getting the job done. There's a slingshot, a tennis racket, a baseball bat, and a golf club. I'm purposely leaving out the last 2 as to not spoil the surprise, for which I'm sure you'll thank me for later. I found it a breath of fresh air that I was not bound to using the slingshot and could opt to just use the touch control to grab and toss the balls rather than shoot them at my targets. This method holds true with all 6 weapons, since you are not forced to use any particular weapon at any point in the game. And there is even a separate global leaderboard score on every level for each individual weapon, making each level vary in difficulty, along with giving the title a greater potential for replayability. I personally found myself replaying the same levels over and over again, trying to achieve success with different weapons, and even got the number 1 slot on a few, even if mine was the only score there. Aside from the global leaderboard, there is a personal or local scoreboard that can be used to either beat your own personal best or against family and friends. You are also rewarded with 6 accessories, including 2 different drones, a camera to take selfies and screenshots, along with some magic mushrooms that allow you to drastically grow or shrink, and a satellite radar that can help with locating those hidden bad guys. On top of all that, there are 6 minigames ranging from basketball to whack-a-mole that play the role of intermission between the completion of stages. And lastly, the ultimate prize, at least for me, the level editor. Once you've completed the entire game, you are granted access to the in-game interactive editor that allows you to create your very own levels without ever having to take the HMD off your head. In the editor, you choose from 2 board sizes, a small or large grid type. Then with the touch controllers, you can physically move, stack, twist, and toss a collection of around 50 individual pieces in any combination or order you desire. Once you have completed your level and set the available furball ammunition type and count, you can test and play your level before committing to the design. There are features still being added, as this title is still in early access, but what is there is fantastic and works quite well. Oh, and I almost forgot there's a bullet time feature which I kept forgetting was there unless I accidentally hit it. I personally found it was something I was not inclined to use outside of the level editor, where it comes in quite handy due to the level's pieces being affected by the same physics as they would be while playing the game. Good thing for those autosaves. Also, if you're watching this review prior to February 28, 2018, the developer is running a contest where the top 3 levels will be picked to be part of the final game. Plus, you get this pretty badass VR Furballs t-shirt and have your name added to the game credits. All you have to do to win is build a level in the game's level editor and email it to the dev. I'll provide a link in the details in the description below. Locomotion in VR Furballs is done by room scaling by teleporting around predetermined nodes where available by use of the touchpad on the controller. Don't let the teleporting be a turnoff for you, as locomotion is not something that's even necessary in this title and is just added as another tool for you to strategize the completion of a level. As such, the teleport function works as intended, as does the reliability of holding and manipulating objects, which also includes some pretty decent haptic feedback. The only issue I found was the occasional physics quirk when drawing too far with the slingshot, causing the loaded furball to launch prematurely in a random direction, though this could have likely been the cause of a tracking issue on my side. Aside from that, VR Furballs is extremely polished for an early access title, and I've had no issues playing throughout the entirety of the game from start to finish. This title was made entirely on top of the Unreal Engine, and it shows through its pleasing aesthetics. The graphics of VR Furballs is simplistic and beautifully done in bright cartoon cel-shaded style with crazy 3D hair effects that move accordingly when you shake them around. The sound is done quite professionally as well. This title looks, sounds, and feels like it was made in a mid to large studio, though I believe it is the creation of a solo dev. I apologize if I left anyone out with that statement. VR Furballs is currently available on Steam for roughly $5, €5, or £4, with taking into account its 26 levels with 20 plus more to come, the various gameplay styles, and the built-in level editor with good possibility of future workshop implementation, makes this title a steal for that price point. With all that said, I highly recommend VR Furballs Demolition. It is a superb game whether you plan to play it alone or take turns with family or friends. If you'd like to enjoy the Catapult Demolition gameplay of Boom Blocks and Angry Birds on the PC virtual reality platform, then it is a no-brainer to add VR Furballs to your VR games library. I have. If you found this title interesting and want to check it out further, I provided a link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you didn't, well, hit that other button. If you want to see more videos like this one, please support us here at HelixxVR and press that subscribe button. It won't cost you a thing and the videos are free too. Don't forget to check out our other great videos on YouTube at HelixxVR, which is the channel you're on right now. The other guys work hard to create some really great content, live feeds, and giveaways on a daily basis. For more stuff HelixxVR, check the description below. Until next time, guys, this is Flag, heading back to the basement. See ya!